It was supposed to be a boring auction, another Rum family fun day, but that all changed when one guy found a black briefcase. It looked boring on the outside, but on the inside was a black hard drive. One man bought it, not knowing that he had just purchased his future. And this was no ordinary drive. It was filled with classified files, ones that detailed a scary program called Nightshade. You see, there are some things in the world that even governments try to hide. Things that once exposed would make people question everything. Some call them conspiracy theories, but there's no theory to these. These are the untold stories of real secret government programs that you should know about. Stories that once exposed could change everything. In 2012, someone did exactly that. Someone released documents that exposed a hidden chapter in US military history. Chapter Nightshade. The tale starts with a mysterious hard drive. A Romanian man picked up a briefcase at an army surplus auction in Bucharest, a city marked by its communist past and uncertain future. Inside, an unassuming black briefcase. To most, it was probably just another dusty relic of a bygone era. But, for the man, let's call him Alex, it held more than he imagined. Among the random assortment of items, a small black hard drive. It wasn't labeled, no serial numbers or markings, just a simple USB plug. Curiosity sparked. He connected it to his computer, opening a door to a hidden digital vault. This was no ordinary drive. It contained over 500 files detailing a top-secret program called Project Nightshade. The project's name alone sent chills down Alex's spine. Shaded documents painted a haunting picture. Under the umbrella of a medical research unit, NS-731, Project Nightshade operated within a hidden facility near Maryland. The main goal: study the malleability of human identity through sensory deprivation. Diving deeper, Alex found a list of 28 names, each followed by the words Cognitive Reset Protocol. This protocol was the core of the project. It was designed to rewrite a person's identity. As Alex navigated through folders, he saw photos of empty white rooms, strange chairs with restraint straps, and one unsettling picture of a wall with the words "Remember Nothing" burned into it. The scale and secrecy of Project Nightshade shook him to his core. This was no academic research. It was sinister and secretive. It targeted people's very essence, their memories, their sense of self. But how far did it go? And what happened to those 28 people whose names haunted those documents? Alex felt like he was stepping into a terrifying world. A world where minds were erased and memories rewritten. The United States has a long history of secretive projects, some for defense, some for advancement, but some that venture into ethically murky territory. One such project was MK-Ultra, a CIA program in the 50s and 60s that experimented with mind control through LSD. The goal was to find truth serum or develop ways to manipulate enemy minds. But instead of answers, MK-Ultra left behind a legacy of mystery and horror. Fast forward to the 90s and we have the Phoenix program, a series of secretive experiments testing the limits of human endurance under extreme stress. The Phoenix program may have been born out of concern for soldiers, but it descended into a realm of psychological abuse. This is the dark side of curiosity, where the thirst for knowledge overshadows ethical boundaries. And then came Project Blue Book, the Air Force's 9-year investigation into UFOs from the 50s and 60s. It collected over 12,000 reports, but instead of confirming or denying extraterrestrial life, it often dismissed sightings as misidentified aircraft or hoaxes. It was a closed book for the truth seekers. Now, imagine a scenario straight out of a spy movie. A lone soldier deserts and brings sensitive files to a Romanian auction house, unknowingly changing hands until it lands with a curious individual. Well, in 2007, this became reality. An American soldier leaked classified documents exposing a disturbing truth. The files revealed Project Nightshade, a covert psychological operation that erased people's memories and identities. But why, and who were the targets of this sinister project? The purpose of Project Nightshade was nothing short of terrifying. It aimed to erase a person's identity, to rewrite their memories and turn them into a blank slate. But why? The answer lay in the heart of America's Cold War strategy. As the world teetered on the brink of nuclear war, the US military pondered a terrifying question. What if there was a way to turn enemy soldiers against each other, to manipulate them into betraying their own side? Enter Project Nightshade. It sought to find if the human mind could be completely erased, turning soldiers into obedient shells of their former selves. But how did it work? And who were the unlucky subjects chosen for these experiments? The method was pure psychological torment. Sensory deprivation tanks. Constant background noise and fragmented sleep cycles aimed to break down a person's mental state. Once the defenses were down, false memories were implanted, turning the subject against their own nation. Now, who were these unfortunate souls subjected to this horrific process? Many were captured enemy soldiers, but others were unsuspecting civilians caught in the crossfire. The project didn't discriminate. It just needed bodies for its sinister experiments. Then there was the case of X7. This soldier's story gives us a glimpse into the horrifying reality of Project Nightshade. Captured during the war in Afghanistan, X7 found himself in a world of unimaginable torment. Over 6 weeks, he was subjected to sensory deprivation, isolation, and brainwashing. Day after day, his captors would whisper false information, telling him things that were never true. You killed innocent people. You betrayed your country. With each passing day, he started to believe it. X7 found himself questioning everything, his memories, his identity. He didn't know who to trust. And as his mental state crumbled, he confessed to crimes he didn't commit. But this wasn't about actual crimes. It was about erasing his identity, turning him into a pawn in their twisted game. After 6 grueling weeks, he was released, but not without scars that ran deeper than skin. Back in civilization, X7 tried to piece together his shattered life. But everywhere he looked, he saw reminders of the horrors he'd endured. Faces of loved ones seemed distant. Memories felt like a betrayal. And the worst part, no one believed his story. He was branded a madman, a soldier broken by war. But here's the kicker. X7 was a fictional character. His story was pieced together based on interviews with real Nightshade victims. It's a testament to the power of the program that even a fictional account can send chills down our spines. The creepy factor of Project Nightshade doesn't end at the victims. There's a darker side, the side that seeks to expose the truth. When Agent L. Kurova, a key witness to Nightshade's atrocities, attempted to reveal its secrets to the public, he too became a victim. Kurova was driving home late one night when suddenly another car smashed into his. Miraculously, he survived, but not unscathed. As he lay in the hospital recovering, he sent a chilling message via text. "They don't break people with pain. They break them with doubt," he wrote before falling into a coma. He never woke up. The accident was ruled a tragic mistake, but Covey's family suspected foul play. They believed that Project Nightshade had struck again. Today, the questions remain. Was Covey's death a tragic accident or a calculated move to protect the secrets of Nightshade? The answer, like many parts of this sinister program, remains hidden in the shadows. Imagine being trapped in a room with no windows, no clock, no mirror. Days blur into weeks, with the only sound white noise and whispers echoing in your ears. Your captors keep telling you things that aren't true, making you question your own memories and sanity. That's what Project Nightshade was all about: total control and absolute horror. The methods were as creepy as they were effective. Sensory deprivation tanks were filled with ice-cold water, forcing subjects into a state of total helplessness. Sleep deprivation came next, keeping them awake for days with dim lights and whispering voices. Finally, memory implantation. Through hypnotism and repeated suggestions, they were made to believe false memories, turning one soldier into a traitor, another into a spy. It's a terrifying journey into the depths of the human psyche. But the creepiest part? It's not just a movie plot. It's based on real-life experiments conducted by the US military. Project Nightshade continues to haunt the corridors of history. Some say it's a chilling reminder of where unchecked power can lead. Others believe it's proof that the mind is the most terrifying battleground of all. But one thing's for sure: the secrets buried in those Romanian files will continue to chill us to the bone.